Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
Hello and welcome to Popternative. This is the talk show and podcast where we have digital discussions from the worlds of TV, film, pop culture, news, cartoons, everything really depending on the guest. We talk about it all. As always, I'm your host, Peter Remoliotis. On social media, me is PD Beats. My guest is a voice actor, singer-songwriter. She provided the voices of many amazing characters that we watched during our childhood. Great DeLisle-Griffin is with us. Great. Welcome to Popternative.
Hi there. Good to hear your voice and see your little face.
I mean, we've been wanting to do this for a while, and we finally made it happen. So I'm really happy we're able to do this.
I know. I'm so glad. Yeah, you'd think we would be less busy during the pandemic, but I've been more busy because my job, like some things that were on camera, went to voiceover now because they're the only way they can make things. And I'm homeschooling my kids, and I'm like trying to still work, and I'm in my pajamas.
Absolutely. But it's interesting that you say that, because that's what, when I talk to a lot of people, is there kind of like I wouldn't say luxury, but voice actor work. The fact that one, someone could do it, like you could be, closer to home doing some voices, and like sometimes you don't actually have to be at a certain places with your line of work. There's certain studios you could do it at. Is that kind of like a benefit, would you say, as well, of voice acting?
Oh my God. Yeah. My sister's a hairdresser, and she ended up getting COVID because she couldn't stop working. She had to pay her bills. And so I feel so lucky to not have had to get sick just to pay my bills. So yeah, I'm just working in my garage, and I got a little computer. It's funny because I didn't know how long this was going to last, and I had never had a computer before in my whole life. So I was like, I guess I have to get a computer now, because it was like a little game I played with myself of like, how long can I just go on my phone? And things just like technology kept catching up to my phone. So I'm like, my friend's like, what about, sending faxes or like signing contracts? And I'm like, DocuSign, like everything just kept like getting, for my phone. So, but this, I can't do cartoons on my phone. I can do interviews. But I finally got like the cheapest computer I could find on Amazon. It was like $300. So I thought, what is this going to be, like 30 days? I mean, I don't want to buy like an expensive computer when I don't, when I'm going to get rid of it soon. I had no idea it would be a whole year.
I know, it's crazy. And you look, you're constantly working, and it's crazy because if people see your IMDb, I mean, it's like literally just like nonstop. Does there come a point sometimes where, because the person like myself looks and sees, and it's always like, oh yeah, she voiced this character, this character. Does it ever come a point where you kind of sometimes like forget about characters that you've done because you've done so many? Does that ever happen or not really?
It does all the time, but it seems like a crappy thing to like. I don't want. If I was a fan of something and somebody forgot that they did the part, it would really hurt my feelings. So, but I feel bad. Like I was at a convention and somebody brought a Bayonetta box and was like, "Would you sign this?" And I was like, "I don't think I'm in that." And they were like, "Yeah, you were in it." And I'm like, "No." And they're trying to point. I was like, I don't think so. So they kind of left, kind of bewildered, and then they like stood off to the side with their phone, and then they came back. They're like, "No, you did. It says right here." And then he played like a clip, and I was like, oh my God, that is me. Okay, well, I just didn't want to ruin your Bayonetta box, but
I know. It's
now
just...
I totally know. Now I know Bayonetta because I ended up doing the movie later and stuff. So now I know Bayonetta, but at the time it was just like, it was an hour of my life. And,
yeah. No, for sure. And it's one of those things. I just wanted to know, in terms of like the storytelling, specifically with the voice acting, when did you decide that was something you wanted to do? Like, how did you kind of end up getting round up to do something like that?
Well, I always did weird voices when I was little. It was so funny. I was like in second grade or something, and I remember going, I'm going to practice my screams, because I could never pay attention in class because I had ADHD. But I took the hall pass and I went to the bathroom and I just started screaming, and it was awful because the teachers and the custodian and ran in there and like, what are you doing? And I was like, I was just practicing my screams. And they're like, why? And I go, I don't know. But I always loved doing voices, and it was later on that I found out it was an actual job that, like, I knew I could do voices. I just didn't know that there was like an actual job for it, really.
And there is. Like, there is, right?
I know. I used to watch Scooby-Doo all the time, and jeepers, I never thought I'd be playing Daphne someday. It's just still kind of so weird for me.
But, it's one of those things where it's your career, it's what you do. Do you ever get tired when people ask you to do a voice?
No. Some twerps come up and go, "Come on, do Vicky."
So it's fun
sometimes
because
I have to banish people. I do a lot of banishing on Cameo now, so especially for Valentine's Day.
Well, here's the thing. So I'm happy you said that, because I've interviewed other voice actors on the show as well, and we do a little segment. I'm gonna name a random topic, and you are going to pick a character, and you are going to talk about that thing. So if I say pizza, you pick a character, you introduce that character, like, "Hey, this is Vicky from Fairly Odd Parents. I hate pizza," or something like that. So I'm gonna just throw words, and you pick different characters. Hopefully, some good ones come up. Okay. So I'm excited. Okay, so first one, ice cream.
Well, the ice queen from Adventure Time loves ice cream.
Coffee.
Well, Azula loves coffee because it's hot, and it gives me lots of energy to banish people.
What about tacos?
Well, I guess Mandy from the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy likes tacos. Just because they're I just like to eat them in front of Billy and make him jealous.
Kind of obvious one. Weekend plans.
From Laura from the Weekenders loves weekend plans. Home on the range.
How's Blue doing?
Well, he drives me crazy. He's always playing with Mac, and I'm in this house with all these crazy characters. And Duchess on that show. I love to torture Frankie. I wear all these designer clothes, and
Those kids, those codename kids, they drive me nuts.
Yeah, Nigel. He's my boyfriend. I love him so much. Nigel.
Yeah, I can't believe how you do them so quick. Is that just like from just doing them such a long time, basically?
I guess, yeah. My head's just sort of like a little repertory theater full of characters.
Is there some characters like on the top? I mean, I do have to ask. You kind of took over The Simpsons, and you did some prolific characters now, like season 31 and on. I mean, what was that whole experience like when you were kind of given that opportunity to work with The Simpsons, with The Simpsons?
Such a huge honor. I was so sad because I lost my friend. She used to play those characters, Lucy Taylor. I'll never really replace Lucy. She's just one of a kind. But I just hope she's proud of what I'm doing with it, and I think about her all the time when I do it. And I just did the episodes yesterday, and it's just such a funny show, and it's such an iconic show.
It's iconic, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then quickly, the Arkham series, Catwoman. What was it like kind of working with Kevin?
Well, I had done Catwoman for many, many years and never met Kevin until we went to a convention together, and they had us do a panel together. So we were sitting next to each other, and I said, "Hello, Kevin Conroy. I've been playing Catwoman for 10 years and still never met you." Isn't that amazing? He's such a doll, though. I love him so much now.
But it's one of the it's crazy. There's so many. There's so many different characters. It's unbelievable. And then very quickly, you also sing. You're a singer as well. You put out some music as well.
Yes, I have a Valentine's Day single that I just put out. That's, if you go to my Twitter or my Instagram, it's all over there. You can click on the link and listen to it. It's called Valentine. So very appropriate.
Absolutely. Well, thanks so much for this. And quickly, what are some things you're working on right now? Some cartoons we should check out currently that's happening right now?
I just started, Kid Cosmic just got released in the new Craig McCracken show. I'm doing some fun reboots of old properties that have not been announced yet, but some fun Nickelodeon shows that I'm coming back for. And I'm still doing Scooby, and I'm in the new Invincible show that's the guy who created The Walking Dead. So that will be fun, and all kinds of stuff. I'm trying to think like what I can say and what I can't say, but but lots and lots of
absolutely. And for people to follow you on social media, Instagram, Twitter.
Yeah, Gray DeLisle on Instagram, Gray DeLisle-Griffin, I think, on Twitter. And Facebook's just for my family and my kids. You'd be bored to tears.
Absolutely.
So.
No, well, thank you so much for coming on the show, Gray. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Take care.
No, absolutely. Well, this has been Popternative. YouTube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. Until next time, it says Gray DeLisle-Griffin and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.